Beautiful downtown Charlotte, North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah,
There we are.
There it is. There we are.
Wow. Yeah.
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 Oh,
It doesn't work on the long shot or the second shot.
the long shot.
Right. And then it worked. There. Hi.
There you go.
Wow.
Calm your panties. Holy.
We're going to have to. This is our premiere episode for a reason.
Yeah, look at that. I can see you spazzing out from here. Look at that.
Yes. Oh, my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Little freaky. Yes.
Little freaky deaky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, look. There I am. Oh, my gosh.
There you are.
There
It's
I am.
amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing. The transformation.
Holy cow. Yeah, right?
Ladies
you
and
should have
gentlemen.
seen me a half an hour ago.
Oh.
I was like,
Oh.
yeah. You would not want to see me on camera half an hour ago. The magic of the movies. Yes.
You should offer tutorials to the average American out there wanting to be extra sparkly special.
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Yeah, but thank you.
just
I
do
won't be doing a YouTube makeup channel anytime soon. No.
I think you should. It'd be good.
It would be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just double dipped on somebody, so. Oh, gosh.
I don't
Yeah.
know what that means.
That means I posted our link twice in the same room.
Oh, no, that was me.
No, I just did that literally real time. Yeah.
Well,
So.
yeah. Mike asked for the link. I gave him the link, and then you're like, hey,
Hey. Oh, I said hey in the chat so people would know that I'm there. Yes.
here's my link.
Right. You know what's really cool?
Mm-hmm.
That I just double dipped in the same room. Wow, I'm really bad at this. Yes, exactly. What's really cool is that, I post the link in the room,
Yeah.
and it actually has the broadcast right there in the room. Like they don't even have to leave the room.
Well, they do if they want to hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is,
Oh, because it has a little thingy to turn the sound up. They can't do the chat or anything, though.
oh, right. You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes. All right. I'll stop booking people and posting in the rooms now.
Yeah, so coming to you live from the pits of hell is the one, the only Zero Dark Guitar. Yeah, there you
Hey.
go. Hi.
Nice to meet y'all. I know we've been hanging out in fam for like almost a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taken this long to get from podcasting to streaming. Wow. That's crazy. Right?
Yeah, that is, it is kind of crazy.
But here I is.
You are here.
This is me. I am a real person. I'm not a Russian bot. I promise.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the question on everybody's mind.
Yes.
What exactly is Furycast, man?
Oh, shall I answer? Is that a real question or?
Well, no, I don't know. I mean, I could know if I.
Well,
actually...
you do know because you work here.
Yeah, that's right. I kind of do, don't I?
You do.
Yeah.
So Furycast is my media company, co-owned with someone else, a veteran who we love very much, and you.
People like you.
Yes.
Viewers like you.
Right. Veteran-owned, Patriot-operated, purely grassroots. No sponsorship by any of the bad media people.
Yeah,
Promise.
You won't see any of them.
Right.
No.
And we were kind of forced to do this because there's no platforms that'll monetize us. So, not even X.
Well, no. And, you know, like I always say, he's not your friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Crash is very Elon bad.
No.
No.
Some of the things he does on the surface, you know, if they were just what they were, those would be good things. But the problem is, like always, things are never just what they are. It's always some other kind of angle or some other thing.
Right, but things are also not what you see them to be either, because you don't have the whole picture either. And Elon has done everything that I predicted he would do too.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Okay.
Right.
There is that.
There is that. So, how terrible that our premiere episode landed just when Trump decides to do another X Space live from Mar-a-Lago.
Wasn't that something? As soon as
what?
Yeah, as soon as we're launching. Oh, Trump's at Mar-a-Lago. Here's 60,000 viewers for your viewing pleasure.
That's crash luck.
Let's all go see.
Yeah,
Go see Donald Trump again. Yeah.
Now I would be at that space if I wasn't hosting a space, a live stream.
Right, you've made your commitment to Furycast. And
I have.
There you go. See,
Yes.
See, and that's something that's important. honoring your contracts.
That's right. Maybe they'll funnel in here afterwards.
That's what I would think.
I would hope.
Yeah.
If
I was just coming fresh off a fresh helping of Trump goodness.
Yes.
I would be hankering for a nice dessert of fury.
That's right.
Right?
Well, I can't disagree with that. Everybody needs some fury in their life.
All you need is fury.
Yes. That's all I need. I don't know about you guys, but it works for me.
Yeah, look at that. Mike says he is missing Trump for this.
Aw, well, that's very sweet. That's very sweet. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. It's a good thing.
We had to show our seed investor. We didn't just, take a trip to,
Vegas.
yeah, or somewhere.
Like I suggested.
We actually are doing what we said we were going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
It is, and I'm glad we got the issues worked out. Got you up there all in lights. You look fantastic.
Oh,
you got
thank
your
you.
You got your little dragon kitty and your grenade.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to get you a machine gun
Oh,
to go up there.
okay.
That was actually your nickname.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was once my nickname.
They tried with chainsaw, but it didn't stick. It was machine gun. So.
Yeah, I'm not a chainsaw kind of gal. Yeah. I can't dual wield them as much as I try.
Right. So as crazy as this is, because this is just a test.
Right.
Test for the next 30 seconds.
No,
we're-
a little
this-
longer than that.
This is just a test. So you got 45 minutes. What do you want to cover in this?
Oh, well, I mean, I would love to just talk about the stuff that's been going on, because a second attempt on Trump, how crazy is that? And why is my Zippo out of juice again?
Oh, that's just...
The eternal mystery that is my Zippo.
It's okay. You have movie magic.
I do. Thank you. I do.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
mine's not red, though, like yours. Yeah. My Zippo is, though. Candy apple red. It's very sexy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. See, what was it? 9 weeks ago, I think it was 9 weeks ago. That's when we were, that's when we were like, oh, geez, Trump assassination, blah 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 blah. And of course, the mainstream media just shoots off. Well, there was some noises and some commotion at the Trump rally today. Let's move on over to Dick with the weather.
Right. Yes, that's true. Gunshots were fired or
that's
something
going on with
silly.
mainstream media. Wow, of course. We've got, actually I'm going to switch to me for a second. Yeah.
Okay. Hello,
There we
Crash.
go.
Except that you blow the whole green screen visage with yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
But, I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking not a peep from mainstream media, of course. Not really a surprise, but kind of really a surprise because it was an attempt on the president's life, right?
Right.
That being said, now look at what happened on social media. Look at it was like everywhere you went, there was videos, there was audio spaces. Everybody was going nuts talking about this, right? They're
Well, it was massive, yeah. Who would have thought they would have had the stones to do that?
well, and we even had people that we know actually go to Butler, PA
Yes.
to do their own investigation because we were getting no answers after a week,
Right.
We were getting these stories that were just like, no. And so that's all happening. And then what's it been since? Of course, still crickets from the mainstream media, totally. But now the questions didn't stop, and the questions led to other questions, and those questions led to yet more questions. And the answers that we're uncovering, I'm talking as a collective, not us personally.
Right.
We're not
Everyone, the country.
but what we're kind of uncovering is really kind of amazing, scary. You don't know what you thought you knew, and now, well,
Right.
so many people have mentioned how it's going back to JFK
Right.
and all those kind of things.
Well,
so,
it's the same CIA and FBI and all
Right.
those same agencies
right,
prodded by Mossad. Let's just throw that out there.
the prod by Mossad.
And this is why they don't monetize us.
Yeah.
Just for the record. Because I
Well-
tell the truth.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
They don't like it.
but now what do we got? We got this new thing. Oh, holy crap! A new thing, really? Yeah, we got the new thing, and the new thing is a guy with what they're saying is an AK. I don't even know what it is. Some people are speculating it's a Dragunov. If it was a Dragunov, he could have shot Trump from wherever he was, however many holes away. Those things are amazing. But
I'd say it's stock footage, but go ahead.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
It looks like it does not look like what we've been told it is. So,
I mean, they wouldn't allow pictures of the actual weapon so soon after it occurred without.
and
Okay, Newsmax said it was an SKS.
that is not an SKS. An SKS could make a hell of a nice shot, and that would be one of the choices that I would pick.
Right.
But it's not an SKS.
Right.
No. Those are nice guns, though, and that would certainly do the job. But no, it's not. It's some thing. It looks. You know what? You know what it looks like to me on first inspection. I see the breech, and I see the barrel, and I see the sort of makings of a stock, and I'm like, the first thing that I thought of, and I swear to God,
Okay.
first thing that I thought of was this looks like a sniper rifle model kit that a Democrat would make.
OMG. Really?
One that doesn't know anything about guns. If they were to buy some model kit and make it, it would look like that. Yeah. Because it does not conform to any weapon I am familiar with, and I am familiar with most.
And I can't speak to it because I haven't seen it. So,
Right. Well,
all right.
so, but now what are we getting? Now we're getting the story. Well, the Secret Service engaged this person in a firefight.
All right.
Where have you ever heard anywhere engaging in the firefight with, well, hell, God, even street thugs. Let's use that for example. You're just walking around minding your own business with your concealed carry or whatever. Street thugs open up on you. You're in a firefight. You're in a gunfight.
All right.
If you're in a gunfight, they ain't letting you just roll on over to your SUV and leave.
All right.
What is that? No, that doesn't. But yet, that's the official story. And not only is that the official story, then they caught up with him later.
All right. In the black Nissan, right?
Yeah, we met him at a Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, really? No.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just so fantastical. It's got a lot of
Well, I mean, all the ridiculous stuff that's coming out now that Thomas Crook sent payments to Ryan Routh, and for what? I'd like to know if anybody has that information.
Right.
I mean, we've been so busy setting up for the stream tonight that
Yeah.
I didn't get much chance to research today. But yeah,
There
I
you
would
go.
like to know this information,
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And where is it?
I don't know.
You
Like,
don't know.
yeah,
Nobody knows. Yeah, I know. So, so I mean, all that's going on. In addition to everything that's going on with the quote unquote election,
right,
all the little meanderings between Democrats and Republicans.
right. Meanderings. That's fine.
Well, they kind of. To me, they kind of are, because I understand about the actual global picture and how that really doesn't matter. We've talked at length about that.
Well, politics doesn't matter. Politics is just the show for the people to make them feel like they have participation in world events, which is baloney.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I mean, there's that, but where are the feelings of the people right now? Because I see a couple of different things on a couple of different angles. You see the supposed diehard Democrats that are just like, Kamala is what this country needs.
Jesus. I can't believe that, though. I can't believe anybody seriously believes that. Like, that blows my mind to think that there are people that actually believe that.
I don't understand it myself, because it doesn't matter if you're left or right.
Right.
We're all still paying the same amount at the food stores and the gas stations.
And we've all lived through the past however many years. And we've also lived through the past week where it's been proven time upon time again that everything she says is crap and totally lies.
Well, true, but...
Even their own MSM is calling her out for stuff.
Sometimes.
And it's just, I don't understand that at all.
Well, look at those times that they call her out for things, right? They're still there to reinforce that, she's still 49% of this country's choice, and Donald Trump's only 48.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about the polls, too, because they're just pure, blatant baloney. It's just no reality. You've got Democrats, leaving the party so that way they can vote for Trump now. If these are our two choices, then they're jumping ship.
Yeah. And we are seeing that by actual real people.
Right. And Don Lemon's interviews of people on the street in New Jersey.
Very telling.
All Trump.
Yeah.
And that's New Jersey.
Yeah.
That are probably really sick of the Muslim invasion because they're completely taken over now.
Yeah.
Sorry about my voice. It's just not good today. But, yes.
I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, no. Yes, I was yelling at Crash all afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happens.
Make me look beautiful. Make me.
No, more like 15 years of marriage stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that.
That.
Yes.
I wasn't listening.
Of course not. It's been 15 years. Right. I get it.
So it's, they keep going back to that, though. They keep going back to, Kamala Harris in the polls now is 51%. That's the electorate out there. Yeah. What? You have to look. You have to look. Back in 2020, back when the Dems were trying to juggle and figure out which one of these, what was there, like 35 candidates?
Oh, that was ridiculous. That circus? Yes.
Right? Don't forget, Michael Bloomberg, he blew
$1 billion.
$1.5 billion. Get it right.
Oh, my gosh. $1.5 billion. Okay.
That's right.
Wow.
$1.5 billion to just fail in the campaign. Now, what rich elite person do you know? Maybe I should rephrase that. What any of these money guys, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you only make $4 or $5 million a year.
Right.
You cheap, sleazy, right?
Right. He was commanded to do that, to
give up $1.5 billion of your dollars just to fail.
I believe he truly was, or else he wouldn't have done it. Who would do that?
See, that is staggering to me.
Because, they're all run.
Yeah.
They're all managed. They are wealthy and privileged by the grace of others.
Yeah.
And if they don't obey the others, then they lose that favor.
Right.
Nothing has changed since the beginnings of time when it was royalty and courts.
Yeah.
And things like that.
But getting back to the 35 candidates they were fielding, nobody wanted any of them, really.
No.
I think the highest that was polling in any of the group among the Democrats was somebody I forgot, who was pulling 20%. But you look at Joe Biden at the time, he came in fourth from the bottom.
Right.
You look at Kamala Harris at the time, she
Dead last.
She could not even make 2%. She was at 1.9%. Mm-hmm. So 1.9% of Democrats wanted her then.
Exactly.
She magically gets in, becomes vice president, does nothing for 3.5 years, and now because the great Joe has taken the deep six, she's stepping up for America, and she's polling at 51%.
There's no way. It's ludicrous. It is. And anybody that believes that is an idiot. Is just beyond. They're either completely disingenuous or they're so dumb.
Right.
I just can't. It's really tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the desperation I mean, somebody just put out yesterday about some poll that they did, the ABC Ipsos poll.
Right.
They asked like 3,542 people. That does not represent,
No.
all the hundreds of millions that we know are even just supporting Trump.
Well, look at Quinnipiac. It's always the same 1,200 people.
Yeah. And people are too dumb to realize they conduct these. And it says right there on the poll that this poll, are you ready for this? Maybe I should have a drum roll or something.
I only have this.
Was produced for ABC News.
Right.
It says it right on there, you dumbasses.
Yeah.
It was produced for ABC News. And then these lefty shill influencers, all these absolute, I won't even go there, posting it on X like they've scored some absolute major win.
Oh, yeah.
You morons.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, I don't know, but there it is, and you see that the thing that the mainstream media uses, and they know this, that we know this from advertising, we know this from just so many decades and decades of this. Repetition is the key.
Right, tell a lie long enough, it becomes the truth.
Coke is it.
Right,
Pepsi, the taste of a new generation.
right.
You know these things because they've been hammered.
Yeah, it's the
into
psychology of marketing. Yeah.
So I guess you got to ask the question now, with all the regular viewers of The View.
Oh my God! We're going to talk about that show now,
Right.
Holy crap.
We know there's at least 400,000 or 500,000 every day that watch The View.
I can't. Wow.
We know from the Nielsen poll ratings that among Fox News, CBS, MSNBC, NBC, all the guys, ABC, we know everybody's market share. We know CNN brings in 330,000 a night for their news. We know
Wow.
this, right? We know Fox.
And they're in airports too.
We know Fox used to bring in 1.5 million a night when Tucker was with Fox.
Right.
Now we know that Tucker's on his own, rolling in 25 million a night, doing much better, thank you very much.
Yes.
And Fox is tanked. Fox is down in the 500-600.
Well, it should be because it's just, the same shite as everything else.
It really is. You know, I haven't watched news as an actual consumer since Tucker Carlson left that.
And I hate to break it to my fellow patriots here, but I, said years ago that, the Clinton Foundation had donated to, I'm not sure now, I can't remember whether it was the One News Network or what's the other one? OAN.
One America News.
That's it. Or
One America
what's the
News.
other one? Newsmax or one of them.
Yep.
But they're all the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to have a major media network
No.
without the permission of the people we're fighting.
Right.
Let's just be clear about that. So, no news on the television is optimum because none of it can be believed. Absolutely zero. And that's why it's really critical that X succeeds in this mission of disallowing censorship of X around the world because here is where actual news is.
Well, that's the thing. We were just discussing it before we started the show tonight. Back in, I think it was 2012, 2013, we were actually approached by the Blaze
All right.
to anchor up their news. They were all excited. They were gonna launch their news.
Right.
And I told them to go pound sand because
I remember.
The writing was on the wall. I knew where it was going.
Yes.
And of course, sure enough.
And they wanted us to work for nothing.
Well, then, yes.
It was
but
that too.
It was not long after that they got funded.
Right.
To the tune of millions of dollars. Now, make no mistake, they have a big city studio. They have all the bells and whistles. They've got all their paid reporters and all this stuff, right?
Yes.
And all their social media influencers.
Right.
And they're doing their thing, and they're taking up those next levels, absolutely. But you know what it is? If you actually really look, if you've been watching, if you pay attention to the beginnings of that organization to what it is today,
Right.
you now can actually see over time the change in the reporting. They used to be the independent media alternative.
Okay.
right? That was them. That's what, you don't want to deal with mainstream media psychos anymore? Absolutely, come on over to us, right?
Right. Before it was popular.
Before it was popular, they actually were telling the truth. They actually did some good reporting.
Right.
Same with Rebel News. They had a couple of guys there a couple of years ago. Top-notch reporting. Really good. I was watching them specifically. It all goes the way of money.
Yeah,
Right?
of course.
As soon as the money gets in there.
Offers can't be refused or the threats start.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way it goes, unfortunately.
So what are you left to do? You're really left to, the goodwill of everybody out there with their cell phones.
And
social
I
media.
feel so strongly that this is the biggest thing that needs to be addressed moving forward, after we win and hang all the traitors and their suborners and stuff like that and exile all their supporters, because we should not be forced to live with them on this dirt after what they've done. There's nothing that says we have to.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind. Is we have to really address this propagandist media
Yeah.
and what they've done to the people. There is nothing more important than getting your information, the information you make life or death decisions for your family about, than being blatantly lied to
Right.
for foreign interests or financial interests or to keep hold of power or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It should be up there with treason.
When the ramifications are that serious, absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. And if I were in politics, which everybody knows why I'm not, because there wouldn't be many left after I got there, because I cannot be in the same room with my enemies and play nice. It's just not in my nature.
Right.
So, but I would hope that some really good legislator, of good conscience would propose something like an absolute truth law, where if you're in a position of authority, such as a doctor, after what they did in COVID-19, they all need to be hung too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they killed people, for God's sakes.
And not just a few.
Right. So, yeah. So medical people, politicians, absolutely, that do the legislating, that goes along with outlawing lobbying, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The media, they're the ones that are tasked with disseminating information to the public.
Right.
Look at Leslie Stahl. Look at what they did at the debate to Trump.
Yeah.
And they're admitting that they only fact-checked Trump. Right there.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be an absolute truth law. And I get argued at a lot with patriots on X because, well, it's a free country and, no. You can't rely on people's sense of good or integrity anymore. That's long gone because we stopped raising our kids with it.
Right.
So it has to be forced now until it becomes the norm again and people start raising their kids with it again. And then that leads me to the education system that needs to be completely raised and rebuilt,
Yeah.
obviously, because they've just become propaganda centers. So they're useless.
100%,
The
yeah.
kids that come out of there are dumb and ready to strap on a bomb vest for our enemies. I mean, like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Like, where does that come from? Yeah.
Like,
I know.
how did that
Those-
happen?
Those two girls at NYU there last year with the pro-Palestinian protest.
Right.
That they weren't even there for that.
No. And
They
you
were
ask
told.
them what you're there. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
they were told by NYU faculty.
Right.
Or no, sorry, Columbia University. That's where
Okay.
they were from.
Same diff.
They were told by the faculty
Yeah.
at Columbia to go over to NYU today and support them.
Right.
That's all they said.
Exactly.
So the two girls said to the news reporter, well, we're here to support NYU.
Right.
Meanwhile, behind them literally is like garbage cans on fire getting kicked over, a bunch of people getting beaten and dragged away
Death
by
to America
police.
signs.
There's
and,
blood
yeah.
everywhere.
Right.
It's the Leslie Nielsen,
Exactly.
nothing's happening
Yeah.
here, right?
Nothing to see here.
They're standing there, they're looking at that. Now, wouldn't you think that basic, simple common sense would be, if NYU told you and me to go over there and support NYU,
Right.
or Columbia, sorry.
Whatever, same diff.
Go
Yep.
go over and support NYU. Oh, okay. Right. You and I would go over
Yes,
there.
my
We'd
lord.
see this war zone erupting.
Right.
And we do what?
find out what's going on or leave.
Well, there's that. But I
Right.
mean, no, if you and I were just a couple of students, right?
I was never that kind of student, so I can't relate. But sorry. I'm sorry. I can't relate. Yeah,
I
no.
was building up to the big end.
I'm
Oh, well.
so sorry.
It's okay.
Squirrel's not here to do that. I have to do that now.
Well, fair enough.
Is Squirrel here? He might be here. We're doing pretty good today.
I don't know.
For our premiere episode. Oh, no. Come back here, you. You may not go anywhere.
Yes,
you must
what
stay
is
right
that,
there.
by the way? I'd like to know what the hell that is.
Her name, I believe, I keep asking Tristan, and I can't remember it. Just won't stick. I think it's Kanomi or something. It's a Hello Kitty friend, but she's more like me than Hello Kitty,
Right, because she's in a little dragon outfit.
and she's mean, and she has a scowl, and she's like ready to kick butt.
Okay,
Yeah, Hello Kitty's too sunshine for me.
right.
Although I do love Hello Kitty, make no mistake.
Right.
Right.
So, well, okay, I'll speak for myself then. If I were to see, hell unfolding all over the school grounds and all this kind of stuff that was going on in the camera shot we saw behind the girls as they were being interviewed,
Right.
I would absolutely be leaving.
It looks like my screen.
Yeah. You look like you're broadcasting via satellite live right now.
Right.
Right from NYU's campus.
From the Palestinian protests.
Yeah.
Yes.
And really, what is that? Because I would challenge any kid in American universities today, anywhere, I don't care, pick a state, to define for me the plight of the Palestinian, please.
Right. Yes.
Seriously.
Genocide.
Yeah.
That's your
is that
answer.
it?
The Israelis are killing them. Genocide.
Yeah, well, you're killing Israelis.
Genocide bad, says you.
It's been that way since what, 1947, 1957?
Oh, they don't even have a clue about the history.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's simple
Yeah.
and political.
And completely, again, made up. Yeah. Follow
Financial.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, again, I just say, as I always say, any country that is essentially mandated to defend another country
Yeah.
should really be asking some questions.
Right.
Right. People think that we're a free and sovereign nation. That whole Coke is it, America is freedom thing is how that came about. But unfortunately, we've been living in the Matrix, and the reality is much, much different.
It's very organized slavery here in America.
Right.
Right? But, sure, we'll talk about the
I'm trying to think of a better word.
No, I think that's fair to say, organized slavery, because really, when you look at the criminal justice system, when you look at the civil litigation system, when you look at how the Supreme Court decrees things, when you look at even right down to your local bylaws from your local counties and towns,
Right.
everything's got a law or 60 laws.
Yeah, ridiculous things that don't serve the people. We talked about that on another show.
Exactly.
Right.
So you've got all that. It seems like there's always a regulation to fall back on. And then, of course, if there is, by any chance, any kind of a hole anywhere, we'll take blanket authority with the Department of
Right.
Health.
And the irony
Department
is that's the antithesis of the reason the country was formed and why it was formed the way it was.
Yeah.
It was formed to limit government.
Yeah.
And they just twisted it.
But thanks to the ability of marketing and advertising and dollars and all these slick, sexy things that we all get behind and think, yeah, that's America.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Now we're at the point where what's America anymore? Because anything that's pushing out from any of those channels is horrifying. Really.
Right. Well, I go back to the founders for my answer.
Yeah.
And that's where I live.
Yeah.
I live in 1775 pretty much. But
No, you need to get yourself the bustier.
Oh, unfortunately, they did not have sexy clothes in 1775.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, but what you're saying is not untrue. It's not at all untrue.
Yeah.
Our freedom is contrived.
Yeah.
It's designed to, like politics, make us believe we have free choice and free will. And as long as there is taxation, we're not free because we really don't have any representation.
No.
Like we went to war and threw some tea overboard, and now they're literally, like silencing people permanently.
Of course, now, to be fair, we do have some people in Congress. I don't think there's anybody in the Senate, federally speaking, of course. We do have some people that, for all intents and purposes, you look at their voting record and you look at what they're standing up for right now, and you can actually come to the
conclusion that they're not bought.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
My husband's very verbose. I do the concising here. Yeah. But it's
Sorry.
okay. I understand.
Right?
Yes. No, that's true. There are a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't even worry about them.
That's
because,
the thing about politics in Washington and the game is you don't get anything accomplished if you don't play the game somewhat. Yet another reason why I couldn't be a politician.
Right.
And most cave and just be happy for the perks they get and their conscience and, honor is left at the door.
Yeah.
Like Cory Booker. People like that.
Exactly.
Because he was a good guy until he got elected.
Yeah.
And then he just caved. He took the offer and never looked back. Then you have people like, Tlaib and Omar who are deliberately placed there to destroy.
Yeah,
and
those people have no interest of America whatsoever.
Not at all.
No.
Anti-American purposes, 100,000%. And again, those are people that need to be dragged to the platform and hung, like
Absolutely.
post haste.
Yeah.
And I get very angry because I understand that a lot of my patriot peeps are, religious. They're all good people.
Yeah.
They don't want to say those kind of things. They still struggle to believe this kind of thing has gone on.
Yeah.
And it hurts my heart that they don't even know a fraction of the things that have gone on.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Maybe if they did, they wouldn't be saying imprison them.
Right.
There's no reason we should have to pay for these people to sit in prison.
Yeah, God, haven't we paid enough?
Exactly.
Wow.
We're not going to feed them, house them, educate them, entertain them, do all that sort of thing.
While still shipping pallets of cash to Ukraine.
The minute somebody calls for throwing in re-education camps American citizens,
And we're not far from that.
they've done it. They did it during COVID-19.
Well, true.
They've been doing that.
But that was an emergency.
Yeah, baloney. I don't care about that. So one and the same. They're just different tactics of the same goal, the same end. So, and to me, anybody participatory in that shouldn't.
Platform.
Yeah, that's it. You forfeit. I would expect the enemy to do the same to me. So, this is the way it is.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that too, because it's always interested me. Even back maybe a little bit in Korea, but definitely Vietnam and pretty much every war since then. You look at the media's take on it, and it has changed. It has changed from the days of Vietnam and that reporting. It's changed now to the point of it's never very long before we're hearing the term war crimes.
Oh, that's such baloney,
right?
too.
It doesn't matter the side. It doesn't matter the conflict. There's always that war crimes thing. Because why? Because, the media goes out and gets you those nice, juicy shots of all those Muslim people all blown up in their houses.
Well, not just them, too, but that's another propaganda thing to sway public opinion.
And the dead kids.
Right.
Oh, the kids.
Well, it's war.
It
happens.
War.
And it's happening here, and it's been happening here for the last 8 years. And just because it's not kinetic and people aren't getting, slaughtered in the streets,
Yet.
line against line, just like a traditional war.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's not war and people haven't died. There haven't been casualties.
Yeah.
Because there have. COVID-19 is a massive example.
Yeah.
So, and I submit, going way back to when this really, really began, 9/11 too.
Right.
I mean, these are casualties of the same war. It's the same people, and it's not the people that everybody thinks it is.
No.
And then that's really hard. and why they won't monetize me. So, yeah.
Well, it's okay. We don't need money. We've got.
Well, that's
you're
not
good.
true. This light bill's not going to pay itself, and my overhead is pretty steep here. Have you seen this studio? Yes. So.
Well, fair enough. But, for what it is and where we're at, and, we're at the point now where we're literally only, 53 days now away from the election? Something like
Can't
that?
wait.
Well, you can't wait, but I've kind of said this for about 1.5 to 2 years myself on all my shows. How can America make it that long?
I know. Like today was the first day. I really felt like, oh my God, are we even going to make it to November?
Yeah.
Because, we've been holding on for 8 years. Things have steadily declined in every area of life in the last 8 years.
Well, last 4, things were pretty good.
Oh, you're right. Yep. Sorry. Yeah. Well, they tried. I mean, once COVID-19 hit, it closed our business.
Right.
I mean, yeah, shut it completely. The industry shut down for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
We were just boned.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, I submit since the end of 2019, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, where do you go from there?
Well, I want to
Can we
talk.
make it? Can we make it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's talk about Trump making it, because I'm still flabbergasted that they had the stones to try to kill him again.
Oh, okay, but here's the thing now. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
Now, we've heard all about your platform, about platforming everybody.
Yes, everybody is full
Right?
aware when I say platform what I mean.
Exactly. So, great. Executions.
That's it. Mass.
Right on. Fix the world. Straighten this whole thing out.
Deportations of the illegals, exiles of the citizens that suborned and supported all this. Next, I'm not joking. There's going to be a lot of available real estate.
Here's my point. You're not joking.
No.
But it was just a few scant weeks ago, President Trump actually put out his 20-point agenda for the country. And
Right.
I thought it would be number 1 or number 2, maybe number 3, but it wasn't in any of the 20. It's all just the mundane crap. And I'm
No,
sitting
that's
here.
not true. He talked about deportation and he talked about reform. I say no immigration for the next 25 years of anybody.
Yeah, we don't
How about
need
that?
it. Yeah.
We don't need it.
No.
All the reasons that the stupid liberals give you, like, they do the jobs Americans won't do, is a load of crap.
Yeah.
If my kids were hungry, there's no job I wouldn't do.
Right.
So it's a load of crap. Yeah, no. Yes, nope. Right. Where were we?
It's a load of crap, you said.
Yes. All the reasons that the liberals give
Right.
for why we need immigration. No. It used to be a meritocracy until Operation Paperclip, and then they just stole all the scientists that were our enemies.
Yeah, but I mean, just look at the immigration thing. This isn't, 163 of the world's 190 countries that are all coming here to the United States.
Right, that's true.
Look at Europe. Look
Right.
at Australia. Look at New Zealand.
Okay,
Look at-
fair.
Right? It's global, and it's every westernized nation
Right.
that
it's
has white
deliberate.
people in their government.
Right.
That's plain and simple as you can get. Norway, Sweden, Finland, no different.
Well, yeah, they've guilted all
They're-
of them, or threatened them, or bribed them.
They're trying the hell out of Poland, and Poland's just like, nope, we're not having it.
Make America Poland again. Yes.
But I mean, you tell American patriots this. Until you're blue in the face. This
Right.
is a global thing. Why don't you go and look and see what's happening in Ireland or London,
Well,
England?
here's the thing. They set us up for decades
Yeah.
with being ashamed to be called racist, or ashamed to be called this, or guilting us into saying a bad word about certain people.
Right.
They set us up all this while. The conditioning is no joke. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And I speak from experience of taking years to get over that conditioning myself.
Right.
And it's really difficult to do. There has to be a concerted effort, as a collective, to beat that conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
And then we might have a chance to start. What's my response to every post that someone's accused of being a racist. Okay. Like, really? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And
Well-
since when was it outlawed since when am I not allowed to hate somebody?
Yeah, I thought this was the country of choice.
Again, it's why it's contrived freedom.
Right.
Because we don't really have freedom. I'm not free to hate who I want. I'm not free.
No.
Like, really? You're going to tell me I'm free? But yet you say I have to accept that which is unacceptable to me?
And if you choose Coke, you're a racist.
And where did it come to that I have to be forced to live with people or accept people into my children's schools and community to hijack their childhood, their childhood memories, their resources, all of their events, all their milestones, because immigrants are getting preferential treatment over our children.
Right.
In these things. You know, events are being, modified to make them better for certain groups of people and stuff like that. What about our kids? What about the kids that are born here? And speaking of Europe, and I said this today with the mass attempted influx into Spain from African migrants, I think it was just a day or two ago.
Yeah.
They're not going to become Spaniards, people. They don't give a care about the history of Spain, your ancestral roots, how your country came to be. And you're just literally handing your heritage over to people who don't give a crap about it.
And who shout death to America.
And why would you do, not just America, but Europe too? They do it in every European country they go to.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you do that?
As you were speaking of Spain, I was reminded of the 38,829 mosques in this country.
Yeah. I remember the argument after living through 9/11 about putting a mosque near 9/11.
Right.
Near the site, Ground Zero. I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad enough that, this is literally why I moved out. Because of the call to prayer in the mornings in New York City. And, thinking about my vets having to wake up, not knowing if they're still over there. I couldn't handle that. I left. It was too hard for me to imagine.
Yeah.
It was too hard for me to imagine that there's any American after experiencing 9/11. Now, fair, I know it was Mossad and the CIA. Got it. With some help from bad Saudi Arabia. I understand that. But still, how there was any American citizen, let alone a New Yorker, that would be okay with any of that.
Yeah.
Just boggled my mind. That was the beginning of my transformation.
Waking, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Crazy.
It is.
Well, we got 5 minutes left in the lovely broadcast. And
well, we can go a little more if you're all right.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm just over here loving it.
Yeah, we can go a little bit more because I do want to get back to this whole Trump assassination thing.
Okay.
It's really important.
All right.
Right? Like what does it say that they had the stones to try twice? And unlike with Thomas Crooks, there's literally no doubt in my mind that Ryan Routh is an asset of the government. So
I just love the fact that he walked away from a firefight while it was going on.
I mean, again, I don't know all the particulars because I hadn't had time to really dig into them like I wanted to, getting ready for all this.
Yeah.
But we did just want to put something out for you guys. Finally, we launched on September 1st, and we're finally just doing our first live stream, and we've got lots of great stuff coming too. Not just live streams, but other shows. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, I mean, I wish that unlike when we did our spaces or we have callers call into the shows and stuff like that, I would love to hear what other people have to say about this.
Well, there is, I believe, 152 viewers right now. Feel free to use the chat if you got any comments or questions.
Absolutely.
We are monitoring that. Operators are standing by.
They are.
And, I just wanted to make sure that, however long we go on the program tonight, you make sure to save yourself 5 minutes to roll some of your promotional stuff there, the Furycast.com and all that
Right.
good stuff.
Yes. Well, it's right there on the lower third there.
Well,
You made
there
so
is that,
beautifully. Yes. You did
Yeah.
such great work on that.
yeah. Okay. We have a comment in the chat room. Boogers.
Oh,
apparently.
right.
We got
Yes.
boogers. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I can do a segment about that, but thank you for sharing that.
Well, we could go back to the early days of the nostril and the early forming of the muci.
Great question. Now, how many candidates have survived 2 assassination attempts? Well, I can tell you that before the last 2, there were at least a half dozen that I know of. So it's not just 2. So, but do you know of any others?
I think, I don't know, somewhere back in American
Well, Reagan
history.
survived 1.
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
no.
know of. That we know of.
Well, that's the other thing, though. See, you've passed on the information to me a couple of months ago about the Q people
The Q people.
and about how there's been 6 other attempts on President
that I
Trump's
know of.
life that
Yeah.
you know of.
Yes.
Okay. So 6, now there's 7, now there's 8. And it's funny too, because when the Butler PA thing happened, when it was that blatant and how it happened just stunned me. Like literally, this kid had to walk across an open field
Right. Yeah, we talked about that too.
with a rifle and a ladder.
And the Patriots did nothing.
nothing.
Like nothing. Like
Oh,
what?
there was some jumping up and down, apparently, according to CNN.
Right, to let the Secret Service know or
To
whatever.
let them know. The Secret
I'd have been
Service
tackling him. What are you doing?
wouldn't- like seriously,
Throwing
Yeah.
rocks at him, whatever it took.
right?
I don't get it.
But no. Get him up there on the slopey roof and let him get all set up.
Exactly.
And then sit there and watch him.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, I know. We did that show. We did that very long show, and
We
we
did.
were flabbergasted at
Yeah.
that. Because you come on X and Patriots are like, yeah. And yet, do, and nothing, like crickets.
But and I know it's unpopular. I know it's unpopular.
Uh-oh,
But
here we
if
go.
You look at the benefit. You always got to look at these things, and I think my good old buddy Peppy will agree with me. You always got to look at these things like who benefits.
Right.
And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but the by far winner of who benefits from that whole thing
Uh-oh, here we go.
is Donald Trump.
Well, sure, he survived. And
Hold on. Not only did he survive, we have a new picture, America.
that's right.
We had the Statue of Liberty. We had the boys at Okinawa.
Yes.
No, you know what? Now we got Trump standing
Fight,
with his
fight,
hand
fight.
up. Fight, fight, fight.
Works for me. See, I don't have an issue with that.
It's
Yeah,
iconic.
see,
It's history. It's dramatic.
I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
Okay.
And then there's a question that is he touched by a higher power? He seems bulletproof. And the answer to that, to me, is, I think we're watching a show.
Okay.
And all the things that keep happening, they're just too ridiculous to be. Well, we can tell right away off the bat they're not organic. In no reality
true.
would any of these things be organic. Never happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's more likely that we're watching a production. So,
Well, you think it would, and in this day and age, I go back to I don't know, Olympus has fallen, London has fallen, everything's fallen. You know those movies,
Those great movies.
10 years ago, the screenwriters in Hollywood are coming up with all these amazing ways to kill a president,
right.
including like 500 armed explosive drones that the Secret
is a
Service,
very cool
the Secret Service guys have absolutely no choice but to stand there, watch them come in and die.
Right.
That's the only choice you have in that scenario. Yes, Mike Manning took the black president under his wing, dove into the water and saved his
Right.
life. Yes, sure, but had you flown 500 drones into Butler, PA, Trump wouldn't be there.
No.
Hundreds of people would have been dead.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yes.
And let me put it to you this way. If the deep state's so evil, if the Dems hate him so much, of course they would.
Right.
So why are you sending this pimply-faced 16-year-old kid with a rifle and a ladder across a crowd of a
Right.
sea of Republicans?
Exactly.
Why are you doing that?
We're supposed to believe that the American arm of the most evil, heinous, greatest cabal on the planet can't pull off
Right.
an assassination twice.
Right.
Right. I get it.
Really?
I understand.
We have molecular poisons now that can,
That's true.
if
Look
you
at the guy who got stabbed in the butt with the umbrella, with the nerve agent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or the radiation poisoning
Yeah.
of that Russian
That's
there
right.
way back when.
Absolutely.
Come on.
The thing is, people are going to say, why would he do all that? Especially when there was actual casualties involved, like January 6th.
Right.
Right? Because it's not a traditional kinetic war. And sometimes you have to play by the enemy's rules
Right.
and get them at where they live, kind of thing.
Well, and do you think, maybe using that common sense thing, maybe that's why the mainstream media wasn't so right on that assassination attempt in Butler, PA?
Oh, no, they weren't right on that because they don't want to martyr Trump. Because that would be the worst thing for the left.
Interesting little side note on that, though. If that was really their intent, and I know the BBC is complicit in all of this stuff with the WEF.
Well, yeah,
globally,
because it's amazing they were there that day.
why would they pick that day and that event to be at a President Trump MAGA rally in Butler, PA, when they have never attended one in the history?
Right.
You got to ask yourself that question.
Exactly. I mean, there's all these little tidbits, So, Mike in the chat thinks that it didn't work out to Trump's advantage. But I'm going to have to disagree, because you have Democrats that are actually good people, but are just subjected to the same conditioning everybody's been subjected to and don't have a reason to wake up yet. And yet, they can't themselves deny that it's their own party trying to kill Trump twice.
And look at what that event did to Mark Zuckerberg. He come out,
Right.
mainstream media.
He knows
and
it's no
said,
game now, honey. He's going to get on the right side, the winning side.
Donald Trump is an American badass.
Right.
That is his words.
Right. And then yet he scrubbed everything about the second assassination attempt. Ryan Ralph's Facebook profiles and all
Well,
that.
that's Facebook meta. It's his, he's got to keep up the image, yo.
Yes, he's still got to
Right?
do what the cabal says until he's dead.
But just for him to come out and say that, to
Right.
me, was stunning.
Right.
And that never would have happened otherwise.
Right. No, true.
I don't know.
Absolutely true.
I'm seeing nothing but win for Trump in that scenario.
I see nothing but win the whole time, but that's just me. I get very frustrated that others don't see it or see the pathway to it at the least.
Well, let me ask you this. In your from your position, in your assessment, what happens when? I'm going to give you a hypothetical.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. What happens when, knowing everything you know,
Yes.
and knowing everything and putting it all together and seeing the big picture, what happens when? Because don't forget,
Oh, here we go.
Kamala Harris is
Oh, here we go.
51% of the
I
nation.
knew what was coming. You
Oh,
didn't even
yeah.
have to say it.
So you tell me this, and I'm with you. I completely understand that's all BS.
Yes.
So answer me this. Knowing all of that, what happens on November 5th when we see the same thing we saw in 2020, where the election's going great, Trump's, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night,
Right.
he's sweeping the
Well,
country.
they're already saying the results won't be out for days after. They're already prepping people for it.
Here's your first hint. The second hint
Right.
is Kamala actually polling at 51%. And then, of course, the third hint
Right.
that I'm getting to in my scenario is what are you going to do on November 6th when you get out of bed and they announce the office of the president-elect Kamala Harris? What happens with the movie then?
Okay, well, that's a really good question,
Thank you.
obviously. And it's one that everybody else has as well, I'm sure,
Yeah.
including myself. Let me preface it by saying that I don't have the whole big picture, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't. We all have bits. No one person has all the big picture.
No.
I don't believe that for a second.
No.
But in what I've run through, running all possible outcomes to their conclusion as much as I can over the years,
Yeah.
based on what I know. And we can't know what we don't know until we know it. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. One of two things that happen. One, it would be the catalyst for some kind of reveal and, mass removal of the treasonous actors in our government.
So you're saying this might be the thing that actually triggers the stuff that he can't say in his 20-item platform?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right. I mean, obviously, for him to have run in 2016 to call out the cabal,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have done that without an end game. He wouldn't have been like, oh, by the way, people, your country's run by these horrific, satanic, pedophile, child-eating traitors who work for foreign interests, and they all want to kill you.
Right.
And I'm not going to do anything about it, but I just wanted you to know.
Right.
Like, he's not going to do that, right?
Okay.
I mean, look at what he's risked. If you need confirmation of that, look at what he's risked. He's put his entire legacy, his entire life's work, his family's legacy, not to mention their very lives. Now it's gone deadly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't do that without a plan to fix it. And he's not somebody that doesn't fix things.
Right.
Right? Could you imagine me seeing something like that and being in a position like him and just not fixing it?
No, but at the same time, I have to add in the little side fact that when he came down the escalator, Trump International was worth $6.5 billion at the time. Today, Trump International is worth over $17 billion.
Okay, good.
Well, great. Yeah. Fantastic. Wonderful. But it seems to me...
Just the official merch alone from his presidency. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay. Well, show me how he's getting that money.
But he's got so many diverse interests, not to mention Truth Social came out, all kinds of other stuff.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying that's really getting close to exponential growth at a time
Well, not
where,
really, except he lost money in his first 4 years of being president. That's been proven. Even the bad mainstream media had to admit it.
Okay, so he made up the $12 billion in just
In the last three and a half years, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who hasn't made bazillions of dollars in this crazy economy that is just anybody's game now? Like, all rules have gone out the window since pharmaceutical billionaires became a thing, and,
So going back to Bloomberg in 2016, you lose $1.5 billion now, Michael. You'll make
Absolutely.
$20 billion with Pfizer. Go with Pfizer. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Of course, they've got the inside track.
Okay.
So, I mean, if something were to happen like that, I think, at least I would hope, that we'd see immediate action, to start that removal process. Like, that would be obvious, blatant treason. If by some miracle they didn't have the cheating from 2020, provable unequivocally,
Yeah.
well, they absolutely are prepared for it now. But I believe they've always had it. They've always had it all. Absolutely.
That also begs another question, too. How exactly, because we have literally just gone through from 2020 to now, we have literally gone through where more and more evidence is uncovered, more and more evidence is put forth, more and more witnesses come out.
Yeah, look at all the stuff that's
right?
coming out now.
You pretty much have to be a squirrel in north central Texas now to not clue in that 2020 was stolen and these two were installed.
Right, and yet you still have
that.
idiots that believe it and media that pushes it.
Right.
And, all that kind of thing.
So I mean, if that's literally what you're dealing with, if Trump gets elected again, it's still the same infrastructure in place. How would any of the other information ever get out? If it was just people like you and me and Bob and Mike.
Well, the information isn't really getting out. Because the mainstream media, which I submit most of the people, because we only know there's a small percentage on social media
Yeah.
in the country. The rest rely on their little TVs, right?
And what the
newspapers.
press secretary says.
Oh, yeah, that too. But I mean, I believe that would be, open. Like that would be open season. Like the media is going to be the first, really. And I said that when Elon bought X, the next step should be to acquire a mainstream media outlet, that started reporting more of the truth. I mean, I hate to hear so-called conservative people on the radio now because they only tell the half-truths too.
Yeah.
And it drives me nuts. I mean, we're never going to get anywhere unless you start telling people the truth, the whole truth. Not just what they want to hear or not just what you think they can handle or whatever the case may be.
Right.
It has to all start coming out. You have to let people really get to know what's gone on here.
Yeah.
So we can make decisions and move forward. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Let me just say that now. If we actually get to an election, second presidential assassination attempt, anything could happen between now and November 5th. If we actually get to an election, I think he'll just win. I don't think that, there'll be that kind of drama. I don't really think they can pull it off. I mean, the people weren't as informed in 2020. And more people believed that Biden had support than people know Harris doesn't have that support now.
Right.
They know she's busing people into her events and kicking out the actual customers and busing in paid actors now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's out there. And even, it's pretty shocking that some of the mainstream media itself is turning on her, too. And I submit, like Zuckerberg, that's because they know which way the wind is blowing. And they're trying to get on the winning side so they're not drugged to the platform, too. So you'll see a lot of that, too. You see a lot of people flipping. Look at what's his face, Michael Rappaport. Another one that was a huge Trump hater, blah, 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 like worse than De Niro. And now all of a sudden is like, I made a mistake. Harris sucks and Biden sucks, whatever. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. People are shocked. There's been a couple people like that,
Yeah.
And more people are not afraid to say that because they see which way the wind is blowing. And everybody wants to be on the winning side.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, another hypothetical for you. Trump gets in.
Mm-hmm.
Everything goes according to your plan. He platforms a bunch of people.
If it was my plan.
Everybody gets their due desserts or what have you.
Right.
The rest of the world gets straightened out, however that happens to happen.
Right.
And it's 2028 now.
Oh. 2028.
Is there a Democrat Party anymore?
I don't believe in the form it's in. I can't see how that's possible. They have gotten on board with anti-American terrorism and full-on treason.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how it's possible, really. If all the truth were to come out, no. I mean, the things they've done for years and years. Look at all the black people now, finally getting off the plantation and understanding how the Democrats have just used them all this while.
True.
They've never done anything for them. I don't think the people will stand for them after, more becomes known of what they've done.
Yeah.
And I think that was the whole point. We can't just have a president who's a president for 4 years come in and clean house and blah, blah, blah. There has to be a structure of support to continue that change after he's gone.
Yeah.
So all the truth is going to have to come out. The people are going to have to demand the kind of America that we were meant to have, that we deserve.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. That's the only way it happens.
Absolutely. Mike in the chat there says J.D. Vance 2028. What are you thinking about that?
I don't know. I like him, and I love that he was candid about not liking Trump, but then able to ascertain on his own what was true and what was not, and became a fan, so to speak.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Well, I guess we'll have to see
Yeah.
how he handles being vice president.
Interesting.
Right. Because right now, the last 2 vice presidents have done diddly dick. So, yeah, we're going to have to see where that goes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Lots of lots of stuff tonight.
And I appreciate everybody coming for our test premiere live stream, because this was our first. We were really just going to do it, for a little while and see how it went and make sure there were no black spaces or dead air or any of that stuff.
Well, we're going to hear about the, well, your sync was out 2.8 second variable microdots there. And,
well.
Yeah, we'll hear.
Yes.
We'll hear.
But we are shooting to do a 2-hour live stream every Friday night. And we'll be right here starting next Friday. Fingers crossed. As long as this one looks good later. Because we won't know until we watch it again.
Well, I got to fix my camera angle.
Yes, you have camera angles and things to fix too.
I've got angle problems.
Yes.
That happens with men over 50.
Not that I mind, being on there all the time, but everybody wants to see you too.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll give you a taste. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh.
There's Crash.
There we go. Am I
yes. In his Trump gear.
there? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Nice.
long shot.
Nice
See, now you
overhead.
can see I'm wearing a green screen. See, we got to do something about that. That's what I mean. Yes.
Ah, well. Yeah.
This is my little corner of the studio. I have a corner all to myself.
You do. And
I
actually,
do.
it's quite cool. I love the 7th plane of hell look.
I do too,
Yeah,
right?
that's-
It's so perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the stuff.
Well, you can't have Furycast without fire and flame and stuff.
Well, you can't. And,
Yeah.
and I was actually just looking at this over the course of the evening, all the stuff that you were talking about and coming forward with. The pits of hell seems to be where a lot of that stuff comes from anyway. So
Fair point.
it's pretty good.
I am broadcasting from the headquarters at Cabal today.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
The World Economic Forum.
Right. Well, we're going to try and get, different video and stuff and make it interesting and cool. And some of our shows, will actually have the stuff we talk about on there so you can see it too.
On the screeny thingies.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Get those up on the screeny thingies.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it could do it now, but then it would take away from your beautiful camera angle. Look at that.
Oh.
You just stunner there. You little grenade and
Yes.
your big.
I love my accoutrement. I love my little tchotchkes and stuff.
accoutrement.
Yeah, you have to have it to showcase, You can't see, but I've got a little frog over there and a F-16 and my alien head. I've got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the F-16 that I had to rebuild from scratch.
Yes, Tristan damaged it. Yeah. Well,
yeah. So there it is, live with Cake and Crash. Now what's the schedule now? We're doing the live streams Friday nights
Friday nights, yes.
from.
Not sure. What did
Not
we
sure
did
to-
we say 10 to 12 in the evening? Do
10
you
to
want to
12.
do that? Do
10
you
to-
want to go to sleep with us
Oh,
on Friday nights?
oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, you can end your Friday nights with us.
Yes.
All right. So Friday nights 10 to 12 for the live stream.
Right, and Saturdays, what were we thinking now?
Saturday is going to be our political wrap-up show. That's actually a produced show.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just be posting that on all the platforms.
Right, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble.
Yep, bunch of them.
All the usual suspects.
And the audio of those shows will be available too on, like
Well,
iHeart, and
iTunes.
Yes.
Yep.
All that good stuff. Yeah. But you don't want to miss the video because it's going to have video of what we're talking about. So it's important, I think.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's Saturday.
Yep.
And then on Mondays,
Oh,
we're going to have our entertainment pop culture show.
which will be all about Little Richard and Hello Kitty.
Yes. No,
Right?
we're just going to react to the crazy stuff in the world today of what people consider interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, of course we don't know. It's not Monday.
It's not Monday. We're rolling with it. We'll figure it out.
We will.
We will.
You can check us out at www.furycast.com. That's up now. Not a whole lot there yet, but we're just getting rolling, so give us a chance.
Yes.
You can also follow yours truly here, Real Crash Mayhem. Real Crash Mayhem.
Yes, we got to get your numbers up.
Yeah, really, because you're like rolling what, 50,000 now
No,
almost?
not yet. 44 something.
Oh, you slacker. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I really have to get on that.
What have I got, like 800?
I don't know.
Yeah, but at least mine.
I don't know. I don't follow you.
my follow. Oh.
That was good. Yeah. Right.
Well, at least my followers will stop at nothing to see my success.
Okay. I'm sure that's so. Yes.
Yeah. You got a lot of crazies.
Yeah. No, mine will beat you up.
Well, probably. Outnumber them. Yeah. Also, of course, follow at Zero Dark Kitty. That is your personal there.
Yes. Thank you.
So that's the tentative schedule.
Right.
Of course, it'll be here live on X, Rumble, Twitch, YouTube.
You know about all that stuff.
Until YouTube,
Yeah.
cans
that
us.
might not last very long, the YouTube channels. Yeah.
You said Donald Trump.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, we'll be over.
Right, pretty much. And if you love us and want to support us, then you can send us some support at, what is it? PayPal.me/Kate2010. That would be
Yes.
much appreciated.
That goes all to her, and nothing goes towards my sailboat.
Yes,
there
nothing
you go.
towards his sailboat. I
And there
promise.
you go. There's my follower right there. He says, "Hi, I'll take them all on." He'll take on all 44,000 of your followers.
Oh, okay.
There you
All right. Well, good luck with that. Yeah. Crash is getting that support.
That's right. That's right. Well, I got to get something.
I
right?
hear you.
I can't get millions of dollars.
No, and we don't need millions of dollars.
No.
Just some dollars.
No. Well, yeah, there is that. Holy crap. Well, God, is there anything else? I keep thinking, I'm just like, yeah,
It's different than how we do our other shows, so we're kind of like feeling our way.
It is.
Yeah, getting our sea legs.
Well, I could probably start by playing a little theme music out.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
Sounds good. And we will see you next week, promise. Or rather, you'll see us next week.
You will see us, yes.
Yeah.
See.
Have a great night.